Hello my dear children, the chapter going on is electrochemistry. It is part 10. In the last lecture we studied primary and secondary batteries. Primary batteries which become dead after some time and secondary which can be recharged. Today I am going to start very important fuel cell. Write down fuel cell. It is hydrogen oxygen fuel cell. So here the fuel is hydrogen and oxygen. Here the electrodes, we will use the electrodes of the carbon or graphite rods with platinum, very costly electrodes. The fuel is hydrogen oxygen. The electrolyte is your potassium hydroxide. So this is a fuel cell. It's a lifelong cell. As long as the fuel is supplied, the cell will go on working. First of all, you make a diagram along with me, because you can only understand thoroughly from the diagram. Fuel cell, it is a cell which is totally pollution free because its product is water. So water, this cell was first of all used in Apollo space programs. You can write Apollo space programs, this cell was used, and the water vapors produced during the working of this cell, they were mixed in the drinking water by the astronauts. So the water used for the drinking purpose. The water vapors collected and these are mixed in the drinking water by the astronauts during their Apollo space programs. It's totally pollution free. It has 70% efficiency as compared to, it has 30% only, as compared to thermal power plant where the electric energy generated by burning coal extra. That is a totally pollution, full of pollution. Only 30% efficiency, lot of energy get wasted in the thermal power plant. So here fuel burn to give electrical energy, but here fuel will burn again, give electrical energy, but it's totally pollution free because the product is water. Make a diagram. So make an entry. These are the two entries, one for hydrogen gas, other for oxygen gas. Okay, so this is for hydrogen gas, this is for oxygen gas. There are two electrodes. These are two electrodes. These are somewhat porous, make little pores, somewhat porous so that the gases can easily pass through it. These are porous. Okay, so these are the two carbon inside the side where the hydrogen is coming. Make it anode, write it anode, otherwise you will forget, because anode has a sign negative. This is where oxygen is coming, this side make it a cathode. Cathode, anode, cathode. In between anode and cathode there is an electrolyte, KOH base, KOH electrolyte, very corrosive in nature. Electrolyte. This means you are using everything solid. You can first of all label it. It is your carbon electrodes, very costly with platinum, solid electrodes, fuel gas, electrolyte, liquid. So one of the drawback, very difficult to handle three states of matter at one time. Liquid electrolyte, fuel is in the gaseous form and your electrodes are solids. Okay, so this is all about, let us close it, and here you can extend this because here the water vapors will collect sooner when the working will start to do the work. This is construction part. This is a fuel cell. You can write the advantages and disadvantages yourself while listening my lecture. Many advantages: totally pollution free. The product is water. The water vapors can be mixed with the drinking water, used for drinking purpose. So fuel cell used in used in automobiles very soon it is. So it has a very future importance even. The drawback is only that the electrodes are just deficiencies. Electrodes are very costly. The electrolyte is corrosive, very difficult to handle. Three states of matter at one time. So you can write advantages and disadvantages 3 on a page by listening this lecture. Okay, let us start the main part, working. Now listen to me carefully. First of all, now see my finger or pen. First of all, hydrogen gas is allowed to enter. It enters, it passes through the holes, It met with KOH. Let us see what will happen. Right reaction. Hydrogen gas. First of all, it is allowed. No oxygen. It enters. It passes through the holes. It reacts with OH ions of KOH. It gives water. It gives water. Balance it. No cramming. First balance it. If there is any odd number, make it even. Oxygen is 1 odd number, make it even. It's 4. No, it's 2 oxygen. 4 hydrogen, it's 4 hydrogen. So it is your 4 hydrogen and 2 oxygen. So you can write hydrogen, no need to write here. You can write here, it's balanced, I think. So because oxygen is balanced, 2, hydrogen is balanced. 2 minus, 2 minus, write down. So this is oxidation takes place. Oxidation means anode, hydrogen acting as anode. Now, first of all, hydrogen gas enters. Again, listen. It reacts with KOH, it forming water. After that, we balance. After balancing, you came to know this 2 minus. Write here 2 minus. This means electron releasing hydrogen. This side act as a anode. Now you allow oxygen to enter. The moment oxygen enters, it take the product of the first reaction. It gain electron. Oxygen plus crisscross like mercury cell. Oxygen plus water plus electron. No need to write any number, just add the molecules what the product have. Oxygen, this gas, water, electron. Crisscross. Now what is the answer? It's OH minus, not hydrogen. Oxygen gas, not produced hydrogen gas. Balance it. If there is any odd number, make it even. This side 3 oxygen, O2 and 1, 3 oxygen, 2 put here. So it's 2 oxygen, 2 oxygen, 4 oxygen. Make it 4 oxygen. It's a 4 minus. Make it 4 minus. I think it's balanced now. Now multiply this occasion by 2. After that, to add the occasions. You add the occasion after multiplication. You will see your 4 OH minus 4 OH minus cancel. 4 electron cancel. Your answer come 2 hydrogen plus oxygen arrow 2 water. Because 4 water this side, 2 water this side. 2 water. You know, you can see when this fuel cell will work, water is the byproduct, water is the product. Now come to the diagram. So these are water vapors. These are the water vapors collected on the top, vapors. These are the water vapors, right? Water vapors collected here, water vapors. So now you can close it, make it nozzle type. So after that you can take it out the water vapors cool down, it converted to liquid water. So this is a very important fuel cell because it has a importance in our future, because sooner it will be used in our automobiles as well, totally pollution free. Now students, in this fuel cell, you can use another fuel in spite of hydrogen and oxygen. Sometimes the question may ask, any other fuel, then hydrogen, oxygen, you can say methane, methanol. These are the fuels you can use in place of hydrogen and oxygen. There is one NCERT question even, name any other fuel. Not hydrogen oxygen. Answer is methane and methanol. Okay, you can write here if question comes. I'm taking again. I'm writing reaction again. Fuel cell, very important. First of all, what we have done? Now listen. No cramming. We have allowed hydrogen to enter. It enters. It passes through the pores. It met with OH minus, forming water. After that, leave the pen and balance it. There is a 1 oxygen this side, 1 is odd, make it even. 2, it's 2 oxygen and 4 hydrogen, make it 2. It's 2 minus, make it 2 minus. Okay, now oxygen gas allowed to enter. Oxygen gas gain electron, water and electron, not to write any number here. Arrow, this crisscross, arrow OH minus. Balance it. Now you can see this is odd, 2 oxygen and 1 oxygen, 3 oxygen. Make it 4. 2 and 2, 4 oxygen. Okay. Now make it 4. 4H, 4H. 4 minus, 4 minus. Add these two equations. before addition multiplied by 2. This is all about your primary, secondary batteries and a fuel cell. After that, let us start the topic. After fuel cell, the topic is corrosion. It's eating away of metal, eating away, corrosion, rusting. So you write down it is a eating away of metals like copper, very reactive metals, iron, silver, in the presence of air, on exposure to air, oxidized. Copper gets green coating, iron get reddish brown coating, silver get blackish coating. So it's a corrosion. It is a eating away of metal in the presence of air. Okay. So let us start the topic, rusting of iron. Write down. Today's topic is rusting of iron. Mechanism of the rusting of iron. So I think you have written what is a corrosion. Write down the definition of corrosion. Corrosion is the eating away of metals in the presence of air, on exposure to air. Color, copper green coating, iron reddish brown coating, silver grey or blackish coating. Let us start the topic under corrosion, rusting of iron. Write down rusting of iron is an electrochemical phenomenon. So during rusting, electrochemical cell form. A chemical energy converted to electrical energy. It's again electrochemical process. Write down. Very interesting. It's electrochemical cell will form today during rusting. So let us start the mechanism for rusting. You know, iron, impure iron or pure iron. Pure iron does not rust. Impure iron acts as anode. Write down anode which oxidized. Write down impure iron, any of the impure iron act as anode. Oxidation takes place and it acts as anode. This is first reaction item of number 1. I am taking mechanism. Write down mechanism of the rusting of iron. Mechanism. And after doing mechanism, we will do the prevention of this corrosion or rusting. Now let us start the next. Cathode. What is a cathode? Now you can write oxygen is a cathode. Lie down. On the iron rod that is present, right, make a bracket and write on the surface of iron what is present. Later on we will start the second reaction. First on the surface of iron, your water is present. Okay? You can write or you may not write. This is your wish. Water mixed with the carbon dioxide of the air, a lot of carbon dioxide due to so much pollution. It forming a carbonic acid, very weak acid it is, carbonic acid. So carbonic acid is a very weak acid decomposed into H ion and carbonate ion. This means on the surface of iron, there is a lot of H ion present. If there is a lot of H ion present, if there is a lot of carbon dioxide in the air, nowadays there is a lot of carbon dioxide in the air because of so much pollution. Carbon dioxide is coming out from our automobiles. So carbon dioxide mixed with the water of the air, it forming carbonic acid. Carbonic acid is a weak acid. It decomposes into H ion. This means there is a lot of H ions on the surface of the iron. Le-Chatelet principle. When the concentration of the ions increases, reaction moves backward. Now what starts? This is your wish to write or not write. Write down the second reaction. And that means from this part we came to know on the iron there is a lot of H ions. If there is a lot of H ions, then second reaction starts. H ion take the electron, arrow hydrogen. Hydrogen is unstable. It reacts with oxygen of the air, forming water. Now balance it. Same problem, odd number this side, O single. Make it 2, 4 hydrogen. Make it 4 hydrogen. Multiply this equation by 4. Your answer comes. It's a 4H plus 4H cancel, plus 4 electron, plus oxygen, arrow 2 water. So this is a second reaction taking place at the cathodic area. Write down this reaction at anode. Write down please. Iron, arrow iron 2 plus 2 electron at anode. This is at cathode. Iron oxidized, increases oxidation number, and oxygen reduced. Oxygen 0 to -2. Right? 0 to -2, reduced, reduction takes place. So iron oxidized, oxygen reduced. Okay, so it's the first and the second reaction. Okay, now add these two occasions. Write down, add these two occasions. Before addition, your electron must cancel with electron. So you multiply this occasion by 2. Your answer comes 2 iron, add 1 and 2, 2 iron plus 4H plus 4 electron cancel, plus oxygen, add 2 iron, 2 plus 2 water. So this means iron oxidized to give iron 2 plus. Ferrous ions. After that, these ferrous ions further oxidized, further oxidized in the presence of moisture. Write down, it's a moisture. It forming Fe2O3, ferric oxide, Fe2O3. To balance it, write down 8 H ions, 8 plus 4. It's because it's odd number, make it even. 2, 3, 6, 4 iron, 4 into 2, 8 plus. It's 8 plus, and write down 4 water. Fe2O3 again react with numerous water molecules of the air, and it forming a hydrated ferric oxide, Fe2O3 dot X water. And you all know what is this. It is a hydrated ferric oxide. Hydrated ferric oxide is a rust, reddish brown color. Hydrated ferric oxide is a rust. Its color is right on reddish brown. In this way, your iron articles get rusted on exposure to air. This is all about your mechanism, very important again. It's a mechanism of the corrosion. After that, now you can write the factors on which your rusting become faster. Students, you know, rusting only then become faster if the air is polluted. Lot of carbon dioxide in the air makes rusting faster. You have seen today. Carbon dioxide in air means it reacts with the water of the air, forming carbonic acid. Carbonic acid increases the concentration of H ion. Second, carbon dioxide in air, if there, then the rusting will be faster. Remember this. Presence of air and moisture. If in there is a air and there is a moisture, the moisture is present in the air, the rusting will be faster. Presence of air. Iron never rust in vacuum. Iron never rust in vacuum. Air is must. Fourth is, iron get rusted faster in saline water. Saline water, that is a NaCl, presence of electrolyte, than a pure water. Because of the presence of electrolyte, the current start moving fastly. So saline water. Iron get rusted more in sea water than the pure water. Remember. Number 5. If there is a strains in the iron article, strains, bends, iron rods or article get rusted because water accumulate here. Dirt accumulate here. So iron get rusted faster. So repeating again, the factors on which rusting depend. Number 1 is presence of carbon dioxide in air, presence of NaCl in water, saline water, more presence of water in the air. Air is must, iron never rust in vacuum. Impurities, impure iron, you can write one more, 6. Impure iron get rusted faster, not pure. Pure iron does not rust. And if there is a scratch, if there is a bends, the water accumulate in those bends and iron get rusted faster. So this is all about rusting of iron. Let us go the topic prevention. How to prevent the rusting. Right now the topic is, before topping the prevention of rusting, I am again taking your mechanism. Iron arrow, iron 2 plus 2 electron, oxidation, loss of electron. After that, H ions present on the surface. It takes 1 electron only because H plus, H is unstable. It reacts with the air, oxygen, it forming water. Reaction is not balanced, single law, make it double law, 4H, 4H. So multiply this equation by 4, whatever answer comes after addition is the cathodic area. 4H plus 4 electron plus oxygen, arrow 2 water. So after that, you can add these two questions. Very simple. After addition, no, this portion is little bit, I think you have understand this portion. So after that, you add these two questions and then convert it into Fe2O3, and after last action is quite simple, Fe2O3 plus X water. Write on the prevention of corrosion. How to prevent? Very simple. The prevention of corrosion, the first is simple barrier protection. Barrier. It's simple barrier protection. You will do the coating of any paint, Arctic paint, or a bisphenol, any chemical, grease, oil. These are the coatings. Any metal coating, any metal, no selective metal, any metal coating over the iron article. As long as the coating is there, iron will not get rust. The moment your coating is little bit coating broken, air enters and rusting starts. So this is not the best way. So barrier protection is not the best way. Why? Because you can see this. A little breakage in the coating led to exposure of air by the iron article. The moment iron get exposed to air, iron get rusted. Otherwise, you can do barrier protection for movement, but it's not the best. Okay, any metal coating. No. Second is the number one. Second method is sacrificial. It's the best one. It's a sacrificial protection. To prevent the iron from the rusting, remember students, always do the rusting or always do the coating over the iron article by some more reactive metal, which is more reactive metal than iron. Remember this. The coating must be more reactive metal, that is zinc. You may coat the iron article by zinc. You may coat the iron article with magnesium. You may coat the iron article with aluminium. These all are the more reactive metals. As long as these metals are present, they will oxidize in preference to iron. Okay. So students, the coating of zinc over the iron has a special name. Method is called galvanization. If anybody asks what is galvanization, it is a special name. The coating of zinc over the iron article to prevent it from the corrosion. Now let's think for a while. Zinc coating or any other coating broken. If it is broken, almost 99% it broken, just 1% coating left of zinc or magnesium aluminium. Iron never rust. As long as zinc is there, even a 1% or 0.1% zinc is there, iron will not rust, because zinc is more active than iron. It will oxidize in preference to iron. Zinc acts as anode, iron acts as cathode. As long as zinc coating is there, iron will never rust. This is the reason it's called sacrificial protection. It's very important. It's the best way to protect the iron article. To protect the iron article, again I'm repeating, the best is sacrificial protection, and sacrificial protection is a coating of the iron article by some more reactive metal like this. Now I'm taking one question from CBSE. There is 2 iron pieces, coat it with copper, coat it with zinc. Which is a better, little bit cracked. In which case rusting takes place? Answer is copper. Why? Because copper is less reactive than iron and zinc is more reactive than iron. If the copper coating broken, even little, iron will get rusted. If zinc coating is broken, no rusting takes place. Okay? Because zinc is more reactive than iron and copper is less reactive than iron. Always coat. There are many other questions we will take in the assignments from this topic. Number 3 is, third is, there are 4 ways. Third is use of anti-rust solution. This is the quickest way. You can dip the article in anti-rust solution. Anti-rust solution must be alkaline. First of all, listen. Why alkaline? Because alkaline has OH ions. And if the medium is alkaline, it will remove the H ion from the article. You know, iron article has lot of H ion of the moist air. First of all, when you will put the iron article in the solution that is alkaline nature, because alkaline has OH ion, it removes the H ion. The first anti-rust solution should be alkaline. Okay. Second, it should be of phosphate, alkaline phosphate, alkaline chromate, any of. Because after removing these H ions, then it form a protective coating. This is coating is of phosphate or chromate. It's a protective insoluble coating. Write down. First of all, it removes H ions from the article because being alkaline. And after removing all the H ions, then a insoluble protective coating of phosphate or chromate is formed. So it's a best coating, best way use of anti-rust solution. Nowadays it is largely used. It is largely used in making that is called automobile parts. The automobile parts which are used in the radiators, which are always linked, always touched with the water area, they are always dipped in this solution. So automobile parts, they are always dipped in this solution. Then after that, now number 4 is electrical protection. This is the last one. Electrical protection, this is another name, or cathodic protection. Make a diagram along with me of this topic. Okay, electrical protection, or this is called your cathodic protection. This is the 4th protection. This means we have taken 3. The first was your barrier protection. You can do the coating of iron article by paint, by oil, by chemical, any metal, any of the metal, no selection. But the moment this coating will break, the iron gets destroyed. The second is the best, sacrificial protection. Sacrificial means you can coat the iron article by some highly reactive metal like zinc, magnesium, aluminum. And number 3 is use of anti-rust solution. Just dip the iron article in this anti-rust solution, which is alkaline. It will remove the H ions first and then it form an insoluble layer. I am taking electrical and cathodic protection. Alright, make a diagram. So this method is specially used to protect underground iron pipes. Underground iron pipes. Especially protection. Let it say soil, lot of water under our earth. There is a pipe, you can write underground pipe of iron, make an underground pipe, and you want to protect it. What you will do, you will also bury some metal like magnesium, bury it along with this iron, that is tubes. Magnesium metal is also buried, which is very active. Now connect these two with a wire. Connect these two with a wire. So now students, as long as magnesium is there and wire is there, you know magnesium is more reactive than iron. Magnesium oxidize Mg arrow, Mg2 plus 2 electron. Magnesium act as anode, and these electron will go by this wire, and the iron act as cathode. Make a diagram. Iron act as cathode. It's called, we have protected the iron by making it cathode. It's a cathodic protection. Iron act as cathode. And why it's called electrical protection? Because there is a movement of electrons. Electrons moving through this wire from magnesium to this. Electrical protection. So this is all about your, you can just take the idea. So any of the question may set. This is your topic is completed, prevention of the corrosion. Now we have completed all this. And in the next lecture, I'm going to start your last cell now. This is called electrolytic cell. Now we have completed electrochemical cell. Next lecture, we're going to start electrolytic cell. What is electrolytic cell? Where electrical energy converted to chemical energy. Till now, we have completed galvanic cell. What was it? Where a chemical energy converted to electrical energy. Now, in the next lecture, I am going to start my electrolytic cell. Thank you.